Imagine this. You're Bailey Mitchell, 17 years old, uprooted by your parents' messy divorce and freshly moved from Alaska to Omaha. You're trying to keep your life in neat little boxes, but fate has other plans. On the very first day of your new summer job at a hotel water park, who shows up behind the concession stand? Charlie Sampson, the snarky boy you hated from that cross-country flight a year ago. Yeah, that Charlie. He's the one who once quipped guys and girls can't just be friends, and true to form, he's as charmingly obnoxious as ever. Bailey is the rule follower to Charlie's devil-may-care rebel, and sparks, okay, maybe little tiny fires, fly the moment they lock eyes. Back when they first met, it wasn't exactly a rom-com meet-cute. Picture a long plane ride from Alaska to Nebraska. Bailey, stressed about moving to her mom's house, is standing in line for drinks. In barges, Charlie, who pushes right in front of her. "You believe everything your mommy tells you?" he teases, and Bailey hates it. She even nicknames him Mr. Nothing under her breath. They end up seated next to each other, commiserating about their parents' divorces just to pass the time, but that early encounter leaves both of them rolling their eyes. He's the everything's a joke cynic who must say the worst thing he can think of, and she's the careful, well-behaved kid still clinging to the idea that life should be fair and orderly. Fast forward 2 years. Bailey and Charlie collide again, this time at a movie theater. She's there with her boyfriend Zach, and he's doing a cheesy promposal for his then-girlfriend Becca. Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. Back then, they walked away thinking, glad that's over. Now, 1 year later, fate, and probably some serious book writing karma, hauls them back together under the most ridiculous circumstances. Meet the water park. Planet Fun. Yes, really 3 N's. A sprawling hotel park where summer jobs abound. Bailey and her best friend Nikesa show up for orientation, and who do they find on their work team? None other than Charlie and his buddy Theo. Bailey's stomach does that little flip because Charlie was literally the last person she wanted in her summer plans. But here he is, cracking jokes and rolling his eyes at her overly neat hand sanitizer routines. Charlie's t-shirt says, Mr. Nothing, for a reason, folks. At first, Bailey grits her teeth. He grins and teases. But slowly, their battles turn into banter. They end up gossiping with Nikesa about the other coworkers, especially Nikesa's old church friend Theo, who's strangely flirty with Bailey's friend. Charlie insists these two have to hook up, and Bailey bets he's wrong. It's harmless until it isn't. Bailey only knows one bet, hers against Charlie's, that Theo and Nikesa will become a couple. But surprise, baby, there's another bet in play. Turns out Theo goaded Charlie into a side wager. Could Charlie win Bailey's approval, or even make her loosen up? Charlie, caught off guard, shrugged and took Theo's bet just to shut him up. Bad move, dude. One of many to come. So summer goes on with a weird vibe of competition and cover. The pair start acting like, well, friends. And that word friends torments Charlie because he's been convinced since forever that boys and girls never do, just friends. Bailey, bless her, decides to be the counter-example. They laugh over who can guess what guests will buy from the vending machines, prank the obnoxious hotel guests, and generally give attitude to the giggling summer crowd. Meanwhile, Bailey's home life is in upheaval too. Her mother Emily's new boyfriend Scott has practically moved in. Bailey hasn't heard from her dad in months, and now Scott is cutting in on her family of 2. It sucks. Charlie, always wanting to shake things up, shrugs and proposes a crazy plan. What if they pretend to date? Say Charlie is Bailey's fake boyfriend and Scott will back off. Bailey is horrified at first. Great, now her airplane nemesis is her pretend beau, but she goes along with it anyway, just to mess with Scott a little, and because, okay, maybe it's kind of fun to be with Charlie, even if it's pretend. Enter Puffball, the softest plot device ever. Amid all this teenage chaos, Bailey and Charlie stumble upon an orphaned kitten. Of course, they adopt it and name it Puffball. Cue heart eyes from everyone, because yes, their cute new cat brings out their nurturing sides. Bailey coos, and Charlie can't help grinning as Puffball bounces off the walls. These moments, feeding Puffball baby food, watching it chase a laser pointer, start dissolving Bailey's stubborn walls and showing Charlie he really likes her. Fans of the book will tell you it's one of the sweetest parts, and we all know a puppy or kitten montage means romance is brewing. But just when it seems like maybe they're actually heading toward real feelings, life throws the biggest wrench yet. On the heels of the fake dating scheme, Bailey's world literally crashes. One night during a family dinner at Zio's Italian restaurant, Scott, that smiley jerk, pops the question to Bailey's mom. And yes, Bailey is a wreck. Mom says yes, Scott drops a ring on the table, and Bailey's stomach just drops. Think of it. Your whole family structure just got rewired without asking. The wild romantic gesture at Zio's sends Bailey running out the door in tears. She feels more like a guest in her own life now. Charlie tries to comfort her outside the restaurant, but Bailey is panicked. She's lost her old family forever, and now this thing is replacing it. They drive home in silence, both of them shaken. Charlie knows he's screwed up too. He did tell Bailey, "I'm evolved," trying to brush off his usual stance that guys and girls are doomed to be more than friends, but now he's realized he doesn't want just friends. The next morning at work, Charlie is quieter. He's licking some emotional wounds. Bailey, on the other hand, feels as lost as ever. She and Charlie had been pretending, but now she wonders if there was ever anything real there for him. Meanwhile, gossip at Planet Fun flies. Bailey's brash friend Nikessa is suddenly dealing with her own drama. She broke up with her longtime boyfriend Aaron in the fallout of Bailey's home crisis. Bailey and Nikessa have a fight, not even the best friend, remember? And they stop speaking for a bit. Nikessa moves on with Theo, that flirty coworker and ex-church buddy of hers for a while, and Bailey feels everything slipping out of her control. Charlie distances himself too. He's terrified of the bet coming out. Remember Theo's $100 challenge? Oops. Then, inevitably, secrets spill. Theo can't keep quiet any longer and blurts it out, "Yes, that bet." Bailey hears that Charlie, her supposedly nice, oh-so-sincere fake boyfriend, made money off of her feelings. Her heart stops and then shatters. "You bet on me," she cries. The rage is instant. Bailey ghosts Charlie for days. How could he? All those late-night talks, the kind smiles. It was a trick? Readers know this is the big betrayal moment. Bailey is pissed. Charlie is horrified. He didn't mean for it to go down like this, but his cynic mode got the better of him. Bailey has had enough. She literally moves out of her mom's house and in with Scott. Long story. Involve housing logistics, but basically she can't bear to look at Scott's happy face anymore. Sleeping under someone else's roof that night, Bailey teeters on the edge of tears and laughs at how insane her summer turned out. She also realizes maybe she's been pulling away from Scott too, all these months, just to punish her mom. Is it fair to hate Scott for being there? Nah. So Bailey steels herself and moves back home to face things. Charlie, meanwhile, has been racked with guilt. He hears through the summer grapevine that Bailey's in therapy, that Nikessa is giving him the cold shoulder, and he wishes he could turn back time. Too late for rewriting his own commentary, though. At least Bailey has one ally, Nikessa. Eventually, Bailey and Nikessa patch things up. Bailey apologizing for being distant, Nikessa for letting Aaron go too easily. They cry on each other's shoulders about ruined days and exes. Nikessa with Theo-Aaron drama, Bailey with her mom's wedding. Yes, it is moving fast, and Charlie's betrayal. Leaning on each other, they become stronger friends than ever. Bailey realizes how lucky she is to have Nikessa's support through all this chaos. Then comes the big endgame, fall formal. Scott is going to be there, because of course he is, the man's everywhere, and Bailey's just gonna hide in her mother's arms the whole night, until in walks Charlie, all earnest and determined. He gently but wildly bursts into the dance, calling Bailey's name. The lights flash, the music hits a soft note, and suddenly it's just the two of them. Charlie looks terrified but resolute. He tells Bailey, I'm sorry. The whole gymnasium could hear him shaking as he confesses, this time without smirk, no games. He was wrong to bet on her. The whole summer's been him trying to prove things he didn't feel. I thought if I tried to make you laugh or make you mad, I could hide how much I really liked you, he blurts out. Bailey's mouth goes dry. He admits he was scared of losing her, and he lays it all out. The jokes, the fake dating, the bets. It was never about winning, it was about being around her. Oh, the gym falls away. Bailey realizes she's been checking her phone anxiously, waiting for Charlie to send a message or run. But no, he stays there, vulnerability and all. Her anger softens. She thinks of all the times he made her laugh underwater slip and slide debacles, of how comfortable and electrified she felt in those late night talks. It dawns on her, maybe I fell for you first, she whispers back through tears. They clear the whole misunderstanding out there on the dance floor. Bailey tells Charlie she never hated him the way he thought, she just hated feeling shocked by all the surprises in her life. And she lets him know that him caring about her, even so awkwardly, means a lot. Friendly banter has turned into something real, a slow burn spark into a blazing confession. After all is said and done, Bailey and Charlie can finally exhale. They decide, screw it, they're done pretending. They leave the dance hand in hand, true couple now, ready to face the new school year together. The audiobook readers will tell you, the last chapter has Bailey promising Scott with a grin that she accepts him, and Charlie introducing Bailey to his friends as his girlfriend, not his secret life project. Oh, and Puffball? Bailey and Charlie's kitten now has a little sister, and life is as cozy as it can get in their craze. What can we say? Every corner of this story, from the trampoline mishaps to the tear-streaked finale, is overflowing with feels and funny lines. Lynn Painter somehow wrapped up those tense twists with hugs and banter so perfectly that you'll forgive every misstep. Will Charlie ever trust his gut without cocking an eyebrow next time? Will Bailey ever truly relax after everything she's been through? I don't know, but I love that this book dared to ask those questions in the first place. What do you think, friends? Did Bailey and Charlie earn their happy ending? Well, aside from the playful chaos, drop your wild theories in the comments, whether you shipped them or yelled at them for their dumb bets. And hey, if you got sucked into this roller coaster as much as I did, you know what to do next. Like, comment, and subscribe for more late night recap confessions. We're definitely coming back with another story soon, so stay tuned and maybe keep a kitten around just in case Puffball needs a friend.